Well, welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase, where we are on a mission using marathon tech prices to do SpaceX on an extreme mode. Just so you know where we're up to, we've done the first phase, which we did a long time ago. We haven't started on the second, because we're building our factory's basic capability first, and trying to establish a 6,000 science per minute factory in terms of vanilla science, running fairly smoothly, more smoothly than this with a bit of luck. So since last time, we're in the middle of building a major extension to our steel creating ability, which should bring us up to very close to, if not actually achieving the 6,000, the amount of steel that we need for the 6,000 science a minute. Since last time I filled out the lakes out here, I've made a gap in this train track so that we can potentially fit our pre-stackers and so on, and stack over here for the actual steel itself. But before we get to that point, I've come over here to basically set up a our usual supply outpost, so that we can start ordering all of the product needed to build out this stack. Got there in the end. So what I'm thinking is I'll build it from here. Let's just head over a bit so that we're a little bit closer to where the bulk of our building is going to be occurring. And once we've built this, we can set up our order, although I'm not 100% sure that we have a perfectly connected set of wires going everywhere we need them to. Just see where we're at. Yeah, somewhere around about here would probably do. Which of course is right where... actually we may have come over too far even. But one thing's for sure, I definitely don't want that collection. Now, let us get our, that one. Yeah, we have actually come over too far, so I guess what I will do is jump on board, back up a bit, and make a little bit of space, like so. Now, does that fit? It's not entirely happy with that, is it? It's alright, do that. Let's build landfill to make a little bit more space again. See if there's some room on the train for some of this wood temporarily while we build this out. We need more red and blue boxes from the looks of things. Let's try that. We may as well just, you know, clear all of that. Yay. See if I can put any in here. Right. Full. boxes. Okay, let's see if that's enough now to lay down the rest of this infrastructure, get our rubbish depot set up. I actually don't have enough steel chests from the looks of things. Do I have any of those on board? It's not looking like I do. I'll stop worrying about the woods, lay down some stuff, that will clear out some room soon enough. Ah, there's a chest there, supply chest, let's use that. There we go. We obviously need our power up. Everything's out of control. We can probably speed this up a little bit. There's absolutely no reason not to. There we go, it's better. It doesn't look like I have any roboports on me either. Something that's pretty easy to pick up out of the engineering train. Roboports, you can have some wood. Once again, we are left with a situation where these are all out of control. There. Okay. So the supply stop looks like it is fully supplied. This is an outpost supply. This one is a rubbish. And this one is, we'll call it hashtag external steel. Or maybe hashtag steel 3 or something. Because it is kind of our third stack. We've got baby steel, we've got big bro steel, and this guy. Right, now clearly we don't have wires connecting here and here, so let's fix that part of it. And a red. Nothing, huh? Alright, let's just see if nothing is correct. It's not. So somewhere we have broken the wire connections. Right there. Right there is one place. We're going to have to run all the way down there, but I will do that off camera. There's no need to have to go through that whole thing on camera. So yeah, I'll fix that up so that we can set this up. Be back in a mo. And back. And as you can see, we've just finished mining productivity 263. So let's proceed with 264 with our marathon tech pricing. That is 105,000 research. And if you've been following along, you'll know that we are aiming for 275 in terms of our strategy for our mining outposts, as that lets us have roughly 10 speed moduled miners for every train that we're trying to serve per minute at the mine. So that is the strategy, or the reason behind that. These should now work. So what we are looking to do is we need these guys, constant combinators. Let's see if I have any on the engineering train. Constant combinators, don't tell me I don't. It's not looking especially promising. So we might have to... we won't be able to get the supply train up and running after all. Just now. Or the rubbish, so I may have to leave these so that I can sort that out. I'm going to have to actually make a trip back. Well, back to base is probably the easiest way to get this up and running properly, but that wasn't actually the original intent of the episode. The original intent of the episode was to build out the steel side pre-stackers, so that... Oh, here we go, wasting all of our... Well, I guess they're not wasted. They're being put to a good cause. Yeah, we'll come out here somewhere. Yeah, up to about here. Out a bit so we can see our blueprint. This one, I believe it is, and we need to use our Invini Zoom mod so that we can see what we are doing. I think that is basically what we're trying to achieve. There should be, I think that is what there should be, like a connection on the end, like so. So I think that's what I'm after. And yeah, I was just trying to make sure that these lined up properly. Now I don't actually want this bit here. So while we can, let's just get rid of that. That should leave us with basically a four-way track heading out here. I doubt it needs to be 4 lanes actually, so we will probably combine it down to 2 lanes and then wrap it round. I might need a bit more landfill. Let's just start zooming in. Okay, so that's the normal maximum extent. Should have radars and so on here. Actually, this piece is probably not necessary there, especially if I turn all of this into a 2-lane just at this point. You guys are going to need a little bit of help, I should think. Ew. There's a bunch of things down there that we don't need either. I might just have to rip out all of that. So yeah, we want to crunch down to a 2-way just here and then sort of come down. We might even use a bit of that. Connect it up, provide a different way to access this external pathway. I don't know, as I said, whether we're going to need to keep using it, but you never know, so I guess it doesn't hurt to sort of preserve it. So Yeah, I can connect up there, and maybe this one can connect up to it as well. We'll see. Right, that would mean then that what I want to do is basically that. There you go. That gives us our two-way, and at this point I may as well put in my standard two-way corner. Oh yeah, I can just see the wire connecting those, so that's good. And we want to go round again, so yeah, I probably want a little bit more landfill, and I won't have enough on me just there, so, but that's okay. We'll just get the general idea. I can bring the landfill train back. We might have enough landfill just to do that. Which gives us one more connection there at least, which is better than nothing. Can in fact make a tiny bit more landfill, or maybe not. Right, so I need probably a length heading out this way. Where is this? Let's use Infinity Zoom again, so I can see where this track ends up. Perhaps we will rebuild a little bit of it. And then work out where this corner should be. Looks like about there. I don't like the fact that this is telling me 20 something. Maybe if we zoom right in we can get rid of that. Power is connected, but I guess just to be safe, makes sense to connect up all of the smart wires, and up here as well. Right. Let the bots build out this area. Which will also give us a little bit more room to store useless wood. Oh, we're out of the big poles again. This guy looks like he is completely wasting space. So let's get rid of him. And all of these guys desperately need a bit of charging. Go on over there. Good, good. We still have rail. So we can keep making our way over back towards the rubbish depot. Even if it's not working, it can still store a bunch of this wood for us. Still have radars, that's good. Let us put back legs. So what I need to do, I think, is dump this wood. We'll jump on the engineering train and we will make our way down to see if we can do a connection line and then set up a place for a stacker for the filled I'll get there in the end, the filled steel trains. Right. This is very, very... Oh, we are on... we are on 6 legs. We're just running very, very slowly. Too slowly for my liking. What are our numbers doing? We're almost at 400k iron. That's good. 245... 250 green circuits, which is in excess of that, which is nice. Only 36,000 steel at the moment. Let's do this over a minute. But it just looks like science is only just picking up again. Oh well. That's fine for now. You go to manual, come down here. So at the bottom of this way in, I have left a T-junction that we can continue to provide the steel trains their means to access back to the main world. So we just need, well, not a corner at this point. A straight will be more than adequate. Unfortunately, none of these power points are going to be connected because I don't have any big poles. But actually, does the train have any? That's a very good question, because we did top it up very recently, so it would seem that it does. We could also do with some more signals and probably a little bit more rail. Let's run with that for now. And I'll go back to super slow walking because we'll be in the train for most of our mobility for a little while. Right, let's punch a bit of a hole through there. As we know, that makes it easier to lay our track if we remove the trees first. And we should be able to just keep going out to here and then put another T-junction in over here to connect up, fix up this bit, so on and so forth. Alright, let's drill a bit further. Might have to get the supply and rubbish operational between episodes. I certainly want to wrap this up very quickly because there's plenty more things that we need to do, and I do want to get to them. I do actually want to get on with the objective soon as well. This being in the 20s is not a condition that we're going to tolerate one way or another. I'm going to assume for the moment that it's largely because we are we have so much outstanding building that we're doing that tends to cause issues with the construction manager taking a lot more resources than it otherwise would. And once the stack's up and running, we're going to have to spend a bit of time fixing up some of our depots. The state that they've managed to get themselves into at this point is severely taxing resources at this point. So, let's keep going there. Probably want a bit of extra. We're going for other things. We're doing pretty well. Of course, this isn't going to line up. Never does. But, that will be fine. Let's jump out here. Clear a little bit more of the superfluous trees and use our what they called signal clearance, and now we need our T-junction. There we go. Let's clear a few more of these. This one has probably come forward too far, so let's just back up a bit. Quick save. Broken through the 16,000 milestone, I see. Whoops. Thrown the train away. Never mind. Let's see how we're going to do this. Probably go forward to moved at the last second. Try that again. There we go. And this one, we may have to move this. In fact, we almost certainly will. Yep. Of course. And I accidentally clicked on that, but never mind. If we do that, it gets rid of it. We're going to get rid of a few of those as well while we're here. Those and that, you know what I mean, don't you? So the big pole should go there. Let's quickly whack some wire connecting them, just in case. I mean, my mod actually reduces the amount of smarts that we need in the factory by quite a lot, but it is still worth having it just in case you need it. So we're set, other than this little bit here that we need a little bit of landfill for, and getting this up and running. So I think what I want to do now is probably take the engineering train over to about here and build a steel stacker. I don't actually need it to be quite as grandiose as this thing, probably, although there's no real harm in having it that big. But if we basically start it about here, we'll see where we get to. I need speed, not bot charging. the front where it's a little bit easier to drive. So it's a pretty long voyage that these steel trains are going to take once they have a full load, but it will make them a lot more responsive than travelling all of this distance when there's a demand at the far end of the factory, because this is about as far away from the rest of the action as you can get, and it really is just a little bit too far. And it takes forever to brake when you're at 30 UPS. Jump on board, let's go. We really don't want to be waiting all this time for our trains to respond, so it's absolutely essential that the wait station is a lot closer. I might even find that where I'm intending to build this is still too far away, so I might even think about that for a moment. See if there's somewhere else where I could reasonably put it, because there probably is. I'm actually not that much a fan of the idea that I've had here. Now, most of the missing steel is probably going to be heading to like LDS. No, it's probably mainly LDS actually. So if we had a steel, it's either LDS or Purple Science, or the components for the Purple Science, or these components for Blue Science. They're basically our principal steel users, but it's probably LDS that's been starved the most. Because the steel that we use here, I probably can't evoke from here to see, but it's like baby steel first, and then it goes over to big bro steel. But if we had a supply of steel a whole lot closer, and we've got all this space here that we could use. Basically, if we put the steel here, it would be likely it would come down here, it would store itself in the wait station, and then it would come out and down here to feed the LDS most of the time. So I think that's what I want to do. This coal is not going to last much longer. Coal 5, it's going to be completely gone. How are we doing out at this station? Not too badly. There's no hole yet. Drilled hole like we have in the copper over here, which is desperately in need for a revamp. Alright, that makes sense to me, so we'll keep going. Am I in the front or the back? I am in the front, good. We will keep going. In fact, what I might do is tell it to send me to coal 5, because that's more or less in the area that we want to be, so I don't have to drive through all the danger zone. At coal 5 for now, that will do. That is pretty terrible. So yes, we'll definitely have to take some time out, and this is exactly why I'm letting them the train controller do the driving rather than me, because that was definitely an invitation for an accident. guess they have an entertainment value, but if I come in like this, do we get any UPS back? There you go, we're back in the 30s, sort of. Is that going to make us go to 30? There you go. Yeah. I definitely consider 30 to be the absolute bottom end of the threshold. But well, we don't really have a lot of time before we're going to get to 265, but 275 rather. But here we go. I think this is the one. Let's stop here. So this is where the old coal weight used to be. Now the only things that come through here are coal from here and things that have come from the Make Everything. So there is, it's not really going to cause an issue. It's just a matter of which side do I want to build this. Well, it does work quite well to have a decent length, like this for example. In fact, I am going to copy this one because I think that will be enough for our steel. Let me go back to the one that I've just found and then lost again. We'll quickly blueprint this. I might have a blueprint already, but we're going to do another one. Right, let's start there. No, we don't need to be quite as far over as that. Let's start there. That works. So I'm pretty sure that works good. I'll just move that one. So they're probably just up one intersection. So you can back up. Of course, I'll choose the spot where all the trees are, so that obviously isn't where the last place was. I guess we'll just use normal clear trees. And also clear signals, so that this guy can be placed like so. Oh, auto trash trees. Let's get this end sorted first. Now what I might do is give the bots a moment to charge up and go away. Take them out. Let's use some nukes to clear this lot out. So we don't have to store quite so many trees. That was pretty effective. Back one more, we'll get rid of most of the trees here. So putting our bots away just stops them getting unfortunate attention that they don't really want. We only have 4 train stops, so we better go and get some more, I guess, off the engineering train. In fact, we could even drive the engineering train in. Because we're this far away from where we were building our engineering stack, our steel stack, we certainly can afford to spend the time to make a pit stop at the Make Everything factory. Okay, train stops and rail for wood. Yes, we did need more of those. Okay, very good. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ability to have 6 steel trains weight. Might not seem like a lot, but I'm sure it will be fine. So this will be steel 3 weight. And that is a train subscriber, which we will make. I don't know how I'm doing for time. But I guess what I will do is jump on board the train. So that I can head it in the right direction. And we will go to how are we doing? We've got tons of wood on board. I guess we will go to engineering unload. I will get some steel chests, because that's what we needed. We also probably need some bots. A couple of hundred. That should be enough to enable our supply and our rubbish stops up by steel 3. And at this point I might actually do the... Well, the order might be fun, just to see just how another ridiculous huge build, but I might do a lot of the build kind of off the camera, since we've done builds recently, and I want to concentrate on some other things. We'll have to give it some time too, because it's bound to need multiple supply runs to fully stock out. So yeah, if we're going to restock, we better tell that to restock. Still unloading? Wouldn't have thought so. But that's probably a good point to leave it for this episode. We've made good progress. We now have a... well, you can see the outline of the stack. Actually, I could probably pick up, say, some landfill in the amount of... we don't even need that amount, but I'll get that amount anyway. That will be enough to fill out this area here, and then... oh, what's your order? That's confusing. Anyway, we'll get up here, I'll finish this up, we'll probably put in the order, and then we'll work on some of our urgent outposts next episode. Can't wait. Hopefully that will give us back a whole bunch of UPS. See you then, guys. Bye bye for now.